'Cause everything's spinning, I can see where I am going. My thoughts are taking me deep. I'm fighting to not lose my grip. Invisibly haunted, I wander the streets in silence. No one is coming for me. It's getting harder to breathe. I try to scream, but nobody can hear me. Surrounded by too many strangers, I'm not where I should be. My thoughts are taking me deep. I'm fighting to not lose my grip. Invisibly haunted, I wander the streets in silence. No one is coming for me. Every time I close my eyes, I feel the loneliness
Turn up the bass.
is. Welcome back, everybody, to another lovely, exciting episode of The Comic Nerds. We are back-to-back weeks today, or this week. So we are on episode 92. 92.
Is that rare?
I get, well,
Yeah,
I mean, lately it's been a little tough lately just to kind
Right.
of. To
I mean, we
kind of
haven't
keep
even
up
had
the week.
consistent news like that. That's why.
That too.
Yeah,
It's
it's
been a
been
little
slow.
low on the news, but we're busy. We're busy boys, man. We're busy boys. So like, got a lot going on in life. Speaking of how are the two of you doing today on this fine Thursday of the 26th?
I've been exhausted, bro. Like I was in New York for like the whole weekend, last weekend, and it's for like I had to be up at 4:30 in the morning just to do this little event thing that I was doing, all the way till 9 p.m. And that was for 2 days in a row.
Was that the one with the hot air balloon?
Yeah,
I was about to say
Ugh,
too.
that
Were
was
you on a hot
crazy.
air balloon?
Hell no, bro.
Man,
I don't like heights.
I thought you were
I
like
don't
I
like
thought you were there to go on a hot air balloon. I was like, oh, that's gonna be sick. I was waiting for
No,
the
no.
video, so I was like, oh, that would be cool.
I know.
No, it would have been, but no.
Wasted.
But I'm exhausted from that thing, man. It ruined my from 4:30 to 9 p.m. and coming from a guy who works night shift like 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. is like my whole sleep schedule is like all messed up right now.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm just freaking exhausted. But
Damn.
that's my weekend and week.
Damn. Shane, how you doing?
Mine's been chilling, bro. This week has fucking flown by. Like I swear to God, it felt like yesterday my week just started, and like all of a sudden tomorrow's Friday, and it's genuinely going so fast that I'm actually getting a little freaked out because I'm like, bro, what did I do this week?
Yeah.
I was like, what did I do at all? And like it worries me that I'm like wasting my time because it's like already about to be October.
It is our
I'm like, God damn, the rest of this year is gonna fucking fly by at this rate.
Bro.
Oh, let's chill.
I have that fear every month. Every time it's a new month, I'm like, what already?
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
And then
Yeah.
you know what really gets you is like you do that every month, but then one of those months it's your birthday, and you're like, yo, I just turned, and like age,
Yeah.
just stop.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's me. Like, oh,
I'm freaking out because I think time is moving faster than I think it is because I'm like, oh shit, like I was like, oh, it's September, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna be 32 soon, but I was like, oh no, wait, I still got 10 months, but then I was like, but these 10 months are going by quick, and then I'm like, oh, but wait, it's still 10 months, but no, I know what you mean. This week actually like really flew by, and I had Monday off, so I thought that the having Monday off was gonna screw up the work week, and like it was gonna make it like slow. Because you know how like when you have a short week, it's actually a long ass week. I thought that was
Yeah.
gonna happen this week, but it's been flying by, and that's freaking me out. Because Monday, so the reason I took off Monday was because we had our last ultrasound for the baby on Monday, and Mrs. Dips and I, we went to the ultrasound. We found out that everything's good for the baby. Everything's great, which is awesome. So the baby's very healthy, brain, lungs, heart, all really
That's
good.
good.
Weight is great. So we were very happy to hear about that. And because the doctors saw that, they were like, you know, we feel that there's no need for you to go and do another ultrasound. So you're basically like, you're good to go until like the baby comes.
Okay.
So that was great. We saw the doctor. I found a lot of news about the female lower region that I didn't know before when it comes to pregnancy, and I wasn't expecting that. But what's great and what's also really nervous is why I'm like, you got to chill, like it's almost October. So Mrs. Dips is dilated, which I didn't know could happen before labor, but it can, fun fact. So women
I did not know that.
Women when pregnant can be dilated for up to a month, really. Like when they're in term, they can become dilated, and they can be dilated for weeks because their body is just preparing itself for the baby. And so
Has she been uncomfortable with
very
with the baby so far?
Yes, she's very uncomfortable. So she like her whole thing is it's in pain. So what's freaking us out is that we found out that like her body is doing things that the body does when it is preparing for birth, and it's like you got like all of it is happening. So now I'm like, this baby can come at any time, And the doctor said that we are in term, which basically means that this baby can come out tonight if it really feels like it wants to, or tomorrow. It can come out 2 weeks from now. It can come out 3 days from now, not 4 weeks from now, because after that, then you're going to get induced. But like, basically, even the doctor was like, no, I have a feeling that like, you're not going to get induced. Like, it's going to be a natural birth. So then I was like, fuck, this is going to be wild. So now basically, and every day I'm like waking up being like, whoa, like what's going on? Like, oh shit. Like if she makes like this really violent move, because sometimes she like violently wakes up because she has to pee, because like the baby's like on her bladder. I'm like, oh, like because I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, this is it. And it's freaking me out, man. Like it is every day I'm waking up being like, is today going to be the day that I am going to find myself in the hospital? You know what I mean? Like it is just the craziest shit. So now I'm freaking out because you just said like, oh yeah, like the month is flying by and it's almost October. And I'm like, that just means that no matter what, even if the baby decides that it doesn't want to come out now, it just means I'm getting closer and closer and closer to the due date. I had a dream that the baby was born on October 10th.
Ooh, okay. Baby, all right, we're gonna make this happen.
Dream.
I had a dream that the baby was born October 10th, and I always felt like this baby was gonna be early. The due date is the 15th, and Mrs. Dips had a dream that the baby was born October 20th, and it's actually late. So,
hey, should we do a over under bet? You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah?
Go for it. Do a little over under. That's on you guys. That's all good. I'll let you guys know, but that's we got a lot of bets going on, but that's what I'm thinking. So, I mean, if that's the case, I have I've realistically, I only have 2 weeks left anyway. So it's like, this is the craziest shit. If it is born on the 10th, then we're going to have to skip that week for the comic nerds. So, because that is a Thursday. So, but I'm just saying, like, as a joke. But, so yeah, so that's basically my life right now, where I'm at, and baby updates, baby dips, little dips' update. You know, as I get updated, everyone will.
You guys know what? So, do you guys remember, or did you guys find out like what time you guys were born?
I know what time I was born. 9:49 at night.
It's on my birth certificate, which is like in the closet, but I've never actually like looked.
Was yours in the PM, Adam?
9:49 p.m. Yeah, my mom always tells me it.
Mine was around 9:00 p.m. too. Yeah. It was 9:30 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I remember mine's vaguely AMs, like early morning.
So I'm like,
say it was like 3, but I don't know.
Yeah, like if we're streaming and then it happens during stream, it's around the time.
Oh,
it's around the time.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Okay.
Oh, it's so funny.
So. Look at Adam. I just gave new fear to Adam.
Well,
I know.
If it happens, we already had the conversation where I was like, okay, first, like if you think you're going into labor, call the doctor, call the hospital, make sure like, hey, because like sometimes they'll be like, oh, that might be like pains, or like, how about you just kind of sit down and you wait, like you have to wait to do this, like see if you contract, and then like do that. So I was like, call the doctor, so that way we're not freaking out. Like we're just like, we get the answer, and if the doctor tells us that we have to go to the hospital, then we have to go to the hospital. So that's number one. Like I told her, I don't even want her calling me first. I want her to call the doctor. And so then if she calls the doctor and the doctor says, hey, you're coming into the hospital, then I'm like, call me. And I was like, don't text me, call me. Because if you text me, sometimes I see her texts and I'm like, oh, like that's my wife. She texted me. That's great. But I'm doing something right now. You know, I'll check it later. And so, or I'll give it a little bit of time before I text it when I'm not doing something, or maybe I'm driving and I don't really text. I don't show the text because I'm not like, I'm in traffic, or like I'm just trying to pay attention to like me driving, or I'm talking to some friends. You know what I mean? Like blah, blah, blah. Like if she texted me now, for the most part, like I wouldn't do anything because like I'm doing this, like, and I'd be like, oh, like I'm not going to answer it immediately. I'll just get back to it. So I was like, call me, because one, she never calls me ever. She never calls me unless she tells me, hey, like you want to talk, or like let's call. She won't do that. So that's why I'm like, okay, you call me, I know I'm picking this up, because that's where like that's go time. That's like my pager. It's like, okay, I know that this is serious. So unless she calls, I think we're okay. Or screams. I mean, I'll probably hear, so we'll see. But right now, I think
He's
I
gonna
think
be on
today-
high alert now.
Yeah, I think today is not the day, but we'll see. So that is life. But we also have things to talk about that happened in this life as well. Not a lot, so it's going to be a quicker stream, but we'll keep it a usual time frame here. Little bit of things, mostly all trailers this week. We have a decent amount of trailers, some teaser. We have one teaser. We have some official trailers that are going to be really fun. And then, one Marvel trailer. Not a lot of DC news, but we do have an interesting piece of DC news. We have one news for DC. One news. So we'll get into that, and then we'll get into some Marvel. But as always, we're starting with regular news. And this regular news is actually no sad news this week, which is really good. That's awesome. But some concerning news, some weird news, I will say, is Jujutsu Kaisen. So for all you anime lovers out there, if you like anime and you haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, I highly, highly recommend it. It's incredible. Season 2 just ended with a holy crap. And it's a phenomenal anime. It is getting a live action. And apparently it's also American. And that's what's concerning, is because it's American.
Oh boy.
They've never done it justice.
No, it's an American live action, and I'm like, damn it, I don't.
Look, they were pretty good, decent with the One Piece live action. Right.
Yeah, but I feel like that was more international itself because it's also so diverse of a cast. But if it's a thing that's coming out for the movie theaters, low expectation. If it's an adaptation coming on into a streaming service, it's 50-50, good chance that's good. So I don't know.
I just say American live action in production. I wonder if they're gonna do a series or a movie.
It gotta be a movie. Investing in a series is too much.
I want them to do a series, bro.
I want them to do a series too, like what they did with One Piece.
Yeah. Because it's gonna be. I mean, it's already gonna be difficult as it is. But imagine trying to cram everything in 2 hours.
Yeah. If Netflix takes over, then good chance that it'll be good. That or HBO, whatever. They got the budget for it.
Also, I think there's only one chapter left in the manga of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm pretty much caught up. Yeah, I'm pretty much caught up, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I don't like it.
What? Oh, the ending? Or
well, there's no ending because I gotta wait for the last chapter. But I don't like the past 20 chapters that's happened. So I am not looking forward to that. Coming to anime,
it's not gonna be a satisfying ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's upsetting because what the hell happened in the end of the second season? And I'm like, this is
You'll
wild.
find out.
No, I already saw. I saw the end of the second season, but I'm just saying, holy shit, how? I don't know. Either way, it can be a little concerning to make an American-made live action. It's never really done well. But who knows? Maybe they'll prove us wrong. Jujutsu Kaisen, why though? Make it such a good anime.
I know why.
I don't know. So that's
it's easier one to touch on.
Maybe. But that's that. So Jujutsu Kaisen, I guess look out for it. I don't know. Next piece of news is actually really cool. So we're gonna go ahead and switch on over to our first teaser here. It's actually just our only teaser that we're gonna do here. So give me 1 second. All right, so this was actually a teaser for the Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 on Netflix, where it showcases Toph. So it's not thing crazy, but we'll watch it. We'll talk about it for a second. But here it is. Here's the teaser.
The effects was probably good. Like,
It looks good.
The effects look
let's
good.
see if she can do the personality.
So yes. So what I'm a little concerned about is the personality, but also what's interesting is so this is her. This is the person. So her name is
She looks like a Toph.
huh?
Like she looks exactly like what Toph would look like.
She could look like a Toph with her hair up and stuff like that. I could see.
Yeah.
It. So her name is Maya Ketch, I think. Mia Ketch. I don't really know how to pronounce her name completely, but Mia Ketch. She is Toph. The interesting thing is, and what people are asking why, but she's not blind. Now, I'm not upset over her being blind or not blind, but it is just really interesting. A lot of people have been bringing up that fact that why did you do a casting call encouraging blind people to audition if you were going to, hire someone with sight? You know what I mean? So that's what I think a lot of people are asking. And I get why they're asking that. But then some people really brought up a good point where it's like you're doing something involved like with a lot of green screens. You're doing a lot of, movement and fighting and dodging and doing all this other stuff where it's like it's kind of impossible for someone who is blind to actually be able to safely act this out. Like, you're blind. I'm sorry, but like it's very difficult. It is a very difficult thing, and for safety reasons, I can imagine why they didn't actually have someone actually blind in this entire thing. So
yeah, I feel like that'll definitely push production time a lot further, because it's one thing to be blind and act, which is basically just saying lines and doing certain like walk cues and all that.
Right.
But like full on action sequences, like unless they plan to like CGI them during like action sequences the entire time.
And their CGI wasn't even that good.
Or do like have stunt people come in to do the stunts for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just a way to avoid I guess the heat from the political point of everything. Because I remember there was like a movie or like a show, I can't remember what it was, but one of the characters was a paraplegic character, and then they hired someone that wasn't a paraplegic, and there was huge heat for that. It's like you should have hired someone that was handicapped for that role. And it's like, what? Like, why? Like, these are actors. They're not, you know what I mean? Like, you just hire them. They act to be a part. That's all it is. But they got a lot of heat for it. So I figured this is just one way to try to avoid all that.
Yeah. But so they are questioning that about her. So here's the thing. I don't really care if Toph is blind or not. I care about the personality. I think that was like the biggest thing about Toph was the personality. I know her being blind was a huge thing, obviously, because that's
isn't that the reason why? Yeah, like how she's like able to sense things like so well.
That's why she's like the greatest earthbender. She was able to do that, but that's also how she invented metal bending. So like, there's a whole thing, and I mean, I'm sure she'll. Like, they'll probably make her blind in the show, but she's just going to be acting as a blind person. She's not going to actually be blind in real life. My thing is, her personality needs to be a Toph personality. If you bring Toph into this show and not make her Toph, like, what's the hell's the point? Like, Toph is Toph because of the personality. So you have to give her a personality. So I think that she could be really good if she has Toph's personality. I'll give her a chance. We'll see how that works. But as of right now, she was confirmed to be the actress for Toph. Next piece of news is actually we're going to go back to the game show. I don't know, for all you gamers out there, there's a game called Ghost of Tsushima. Now there's a sequel to this game called Ghost of Yotei. And it is coming out in 2025. And here is the game trailer. So for all of you guys who are really like a lot of games, liked the Tsushima gameplay, this is for you.
We are beyond the edge of Japan. People come north to disappear. But you are hunting. And now, every Ronin here is after you. Still think you're the hunter?
I will say the graphics look incredible. Okay.
Okay. All I know of Ghost of Tsushima is that obviously it has like crazy rave reviews on the game, like how beautiful it is, the story is like breathtaking. And that the guy who directed the John Wick series, he is actually going to be the director of Ghost of Tsushima movie
Oh,
that's coming out.
that's actually
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Yeah. And the guy that stars in Shogun, I forgot his name, the main guy, the Shogun basically, Hiro, I can't remember his name, but he's going to be the one to play the main character of Ghost of Tsushima, or at least that's what people want. Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
We should have the attention span for games, man. Does that look good? That look good.
Yeah.
So it looks good though. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So for all you gamers, yeah, that was Ghost of Yotei. So that is that. Okay, we have 2 more trailers before we get into any comic thing. So I'm going to switch on back. The next trailer is actually from the world of John Wick. It's actually Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas. So you bet your ass I'm going to watch this.
Just so fine.
Hell yeah, she's great. So this is again Ballerina. It is another, I guess you could say, like group in the John Wick world, and Ana de Armas is the main character. So this is the first official trailer for the movie that's coming out. So let's go give this a watch here.
Do you like to dance? I know a school where they teach dances. I could take you there if you'd like.
What?
To stop the assassin, you must become the assassin. You will always be weaker. You will always be smaller. You want to win? Improvise. Adapt. Cheat.
Welcome to the Continental. Eve Macaro of the Roscaroma. What a pleasure to see you again. You have no idea what you just walked into.
What? Norman Reedus is in this?
He looks the same in like everything.
Everything, yeah.
They killed my father. This isn't done until they're dead.
Fate is a very humbling thing.
You're him. The one they call the Baba Yaga.
Oh, yeah.
How do I start doing what you do?
Looks like you already have.
So he's in. That's wow.
Looks good.
Definitely looks good.
I'm into it, man.
Yeah.
He's so fine in this. Oh my
Hell yeah.
god.
Here's the deal. I call bullshit on this scene right here. No way that Ana de Armas, a person of her size and stature, is going to be able to handle a full throttle water hose, fire hose. Have you seen videos of that? Firefighters need 3 people.
Hey,
to
but she's
hold
a
the thing
trained
down.
assassin, all right? You don't know her strength.
You need 3 firefighters that are 6'5" and 250 pounds each to be able
You
to
see her
hold.
take down a bunch of big ass dudes. You know what I'm saying?
She's flying. She's going flying. It's gonna sail her. But other than that, it actually looks really good. So I'm looking forward to that. And the fact that John Wick is in it. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's nice because it's like I like the John Wick universe, but the story was so basic that they couldn't really build too much onto it. So they just extended one little story through 4 movies. So like this little spin-off is actually like a really nice way to keep that same universe in. And like they chose a great lead. Like I could watch Ana de Armas for hours.
Uh-huh. Oh hell yeah. I can watch her all the time.
I'm gonna assume
She's my celebrity crush.
this take
This
place
is the
like,
second move they did together. You guys remember the first one?
Yeah,
no.
I watched it
No.
for science reasons.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
It wasn't that
just-
great.
Oh,
It's not that good of a movie.
It's not, yeah, it wasn't that great. But they were great together.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering if this is taking place before John Wick 4.
I think it's after.
It can't be because the ending of John Wick 4, right? But
They didn't really clarify if he died or not, right?
that's the question, right? Because they say like, oh, if it does good, they'll make another one. If it doesn't, if it's just the same, they might just end the story as it is.
Yeah.
That or they'll pick
He's
up
permanently
right
dead.
here.
Yeah, true.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that I think they confirm it in this movie. I think that he's not dead because they were like, "Oh, it's you, the one they call Baba Yaga." So like, I think that they it was implied that he died, but like obviously it's John Wick, so then you could kind of think like, I don't think he actually died, and I think he comes back into this one and then helps her out on that. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen, kind of like a Scarlett Johansson or like Black Widow situation where like the events happened and then they bring it back to Black Widow after Civil War happened and then while she was in Russia. So I could see either one, honestly. We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I'll definitely watch it though.
Oh, 100%.
It's definitely gonna be good.
100%. Next, before we go into any comic news, is actually we have seen teasers, we have seen clips, and we have seen photos, but we have not yet seen an official trailer for season 2 of The Last of Us, which came out not even 10 hours ago. So I have not seen this. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but we're getting an official trailer, which I am pumped about. So this is the first official trailer for the season 2 of The Last of Us.
Let's do this.
I think coming in 2025. So here we go.
Oh, you want to start or what?
Oh, she would be in this. Oh, I forgot she was already in this. Yeah, I saw this in the teaser.
All right, take my money. All right, looks good.
Yeah, it looks incredible. It looks exactly like the video game.
Yeah.
They made the houses look exactly like the video game. Like that's I don't.
Let's try something different. You can't heal something unless you're brave enough to say it out loud. Say the thing you're afraid to say. Say it out loud, no matter what it is, no matter how bad. What did you do?
What the fuck? Why was that so intense?
It was. So, I love that part though. No noise, so quiet, no music, just scenes getgetting more and more and
That's
more intense
so
as
good.
the. Oh my god, dude, that gave
This
me.
shit is gonna be so good,
That gave me
dude.
chills. That's what I'm saying.
For
We
real.
need like holy. I need to see your reaction to this live, Shane. Like I
Oh my
just I
God.
need to. I can't not. It is. But then I gotta watch it with my wife because my wife and I made this a thing. So like, it is. If this show, it's so the show stuck to the video game so damn well in the first season. Like changed a little bit of a little bit of things up and here and there, but like they changed minor things and they made it like more realistic and it worked. So I didn't care about that. If they changed the second season to something to pertain to, and Andrew knows what I'm talking about here. If they change something specific to adhere to the audience because they think that it would be better for the audience if this specific event didn't happen, I'm going to lose my shit, okay? Because that is so important. There's a very specific thing that happens, and it is very important to the game itself that I believe needs to happen.
I mean, if it's important to the game, why wouldn't they add it?
Because, so I can't, without saying too much, I don't want to say what happens. I don't want to say who it happens to. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to ruin anything for you. But there are certain things, and when it comes time, like movies and stuff change this thing because they believe that the fans would get really upset and they won't earn as much money
Damn it.
because something happens. You know what I mean?
I hate that I'm already thinking it through, and I already know what that is.
I don't think you do, man.
I think I do because if I watch, like me watching as a person who's just a fan of the show and not knowing the game, I would hate if this happens.
Anything can happen.
Really.
Anything can happen. That's all I'm saying. But all I'm saying is they need to have it happen in the show.
Yeah.
But
Yes, and that's the problem, right? Because that really moves the story along and really adds a lot of depth and like emotion to what I'm assuming the story is.
it can.
In my mind,
It can.
I think I got the guess.
You never know. So I'm not telling
And
you
I'm
anything.
actually I'm not like
I guess.
I'm not telling you anything. You can guess all you want. I'm not saying shit.
All right, good,
But-
good, good.
but
Keep me
all I'm-
surprised.
Yes, but all I'm saying is that like this show looks incredible. Like it looks so good. So we
It just looks like it's gonna win some type of awards, man.
it should
Oh, it's
definitely.
better.
win. I think
It's
the first
goddamn
season
better.
won a bunch, but it needs to. Oh my gosh, I can't wait! I'm so freaking pumped. The beginning of 2025 is gonna have a lot of stuff, like a lot of new stuff.
We basically had a rest year. This year, like even though we had a few things this year, it was basically a rest year.
But next year we're getting like, I mean, it's still we're waiting like a legit almost like a year because like it's in July, but we're getting Fantastic Four, we're getting Superman, we're getting the full season of Penguin, we're getting The Last of Us season 2, we're getting like Sonic 3. We're getting all of these things. Like there's so many good things, Ballerina, like all these things that are coming out. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. A wild review year for us, I think, is gonna be what we're gonna do. We're gonna be reviewing a lot. Avatar season 2 potentially. We're gonna have. There's so many trailers that we've watched. I forget them all, but we're gonna have like a decent amount of stuff that pops up. So, I'm excited for this. Actually, we might have another thing. Oh, we'll have Captain America. The new Captain America movie's coming out. Thunderbolts, which we'll get into. We're getting so much shit, so I'm actually really excited. But that is it for the regular pieces of news. We're gonna get into DC now. Like I said, there's only one piece of DC news. I'm curious as to what your guys' thoughts are. So last week we talked about how Josh Brolin was the person who was offered the role as Hal Jordan in the Lanterns movie or show. I'm sorry, that's coming out to Max. None of us really liked the idea. It was really weird. We were kind of talking about how like an old Hal is kind of interesting. We had our theories, things happened. And that was just our opinions that we gave out. Today, we are going to find out that Kyle Chandler, this gentleman right here, who has been in a decent amount of stuff, is officially cast as Hal Jordan in the Lanterns. It is official.
They are set in stone that they want this to be an old Hal. And like I hate that they like are glossing over one of like the best Green Lanterns just to like, because they like I said, they're really gonna concentrate on John Stewart because like I can't imagine him having a long career as Green Lantern with the introduction of the new universe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like he's gonna just be popping in and out, but they're really determined to have like an old Hal. Like I don't know.
I agree.
But I gotta say, like from his filmography, like the few things I kind of remember, I think he actually fits well.
He's a
like,
good actor.
His younger days would have been perfect.
100%.
But like if it's an old Hal, like yeah, I prefer. Weirdly enough, I prefer him over Josh Brolin. Because I feel like Josh Brolin has done so many big major films, especially in the hero industry, that like his identity is attached to these things, and like adding on like Green Lantern feels like overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this side by side with the actual animated version of Hal and him, like he looks like a Hal. Like, and I agree
real.
with you when you say like definitely a better person to cast than Josh Brolin. This guy actually looks like Hal.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna make an older version of Hal Jordan, this guy's it. You know what I mean? He fits the older version of this. Like I like that.
I wonder like just because he's like an older version, does he still have to like get into shape?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Like he's gonna be in some kind of super suit. You know what I mean?
He looks like he's in shape already, though.
Does he?
Well, I mean, like that could just be like I don't know. What is he currently? Is he on Instagram or something?
No, I don't think he is on Instagram. What was he in that I know of? Mayor of Kingstown, Super 8. Game Night. He was in Game Night. Oh, he was in Godzilla. He was the husband.
Oh.
He was.
Yeah,
Wolf.
I'm sure he can get into like the right shape.
He was
Like
in Wolf of Wall Street. He's got a like. This is weird to say, but he has the build of someone who can get into shape. Like when he like gets built, he gets built. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he can actually be pretty I think he can. I think he can do it. I think he'll be
Bro,
fine.
like he has the look. He really does have the look of
He
Hal
does.
Jordan.
He really does. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
it's crazy.
He can be a good Hal Jordan. I actually agree with this. I agree with this. I think that this is
Yeah.
a solid acting choice to do it. If you're gonna pick anyone to do it, then I guess it's him.
Yeah.
But
Let's
yeah,
just see how they decide to do the show.
just to see. We'll see. I don't know, but we got him. He's confirmed. It's Kyle. Gotta love Kyle. You know. Real quick, last piece of thing is I figured. So without kind of doing a spoiler, I figured we can just kind of give a really, really, really quick, just kind of opinion on the new Penguin show that came out last week. The first episode dropped on Thursday. I think the second episode drops this Sunday. You know, we can talk about it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Just kind of give them a good idea of what to expect. So I will say I very much enjoyed it. Loved the first episode. Love Penguin. I love the guy as who plays the Penguin. It's more of like it leans more towards the style of like the Batman movie, where it's like obviously like a crime, like a mafia kind of vibe, where like there's definitely some murder, there's some crime, there's some you know, a little bit of everything in this show, and the acting is just on point. It is just so damn good. So I personally really loved the first episode. I don't want to give any full opinions until we do like a spoiler or non-spoiler kind of review when the show is over. But as of right now, I will say it's giving me at least an 8. Like I'm gonna rate it at least an 8 for me. 8 out of 10
just from
right
that first
now.
episode, you can tell.
Yeah. All right. Shane, Andrew, what do you think? I'm gonna take my sweater off while you say these.
Just fine.
Because of Sophia, I give it a 10.
Hey, that's
No,
the
but
mother.
definitely-
How I Met Your Mother, baby.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Yeah,
I find her oddly attractive. Like her
It's-
craziness.
it's the villainy. It's the fucking crazy. It's the attraction is hard. You know, there's scenes where she does the death glare, where she has the crazy
For real.
eyes. She has the crazy eyes, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
look,
I
do
don't
I
know.
have issues? Like, cause I'm kind of into
Yo,
this.
she's
Is
fine.
this
dude.
spoiling? If I say a line from the episode, is it spoiling?
I don't
Like what she
think so.
says?
I don't think so.
When she was talking to like Penguin, and she was like am I crazy? And then she repeated like multiple times.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope she does it like a third time, and then she did it a third time, and I was like, oh my god.
When she like went and whispered in his ear and was basically just like, I really liked seeing you today. You know, or something like that. I don't remember what she said, but she like went right up
She
to-
was like, wasn't it the whole underestimating thing?
oh yeah, she was like,
Like,
oh,
no-
I underestimated
Yeah,
you or something like that. I was like, God damn, whisper in my ear like that. I don't care. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
I,
damn,
I went in watching the series like, oh, it's gonna be good because it's an extension from the Batman movie. It's gonna be like one of those like rated R mob like Irishman type movie, and it's gonna be dope. I didn't think I was gonna come out having a new crush.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I didn't
crazy.
think she was gonna be that
It's a
involved.
win-win for me.
She's done a few things since, but it's like you don't like. She's not like a big name actress, but like she's always been a great actress. You know,
You
what
guys
I mean?
know you guys know the character she's playing, like in
Yeah.
the Penguin? Like
Yeah,
the
she's
villain?
playing.
She's
Yeah,
playing
well, it's said in.
Sophia
the name
Falcone.
of-
Sophia.
Yeah, but do you know
Yeah,
like
she's
the
a
name of
Falcon.
like her alias?
Well, I mean, like, because they said what her alias name is, but I don't know that name in the comics.
I'm from. Did they say in the series? I don't remember.
It said Hangman.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know that character in the comics.
I remember hearing the name, and I looked up the image, and I remember seeing the picture, but I just don't remember where from, obviously. But like her and the brother are apparently known villains in the Batman Rogue
Oh.
Gallery.
Huh.
I guess they're
That
more
doesn't,
like the
that doesn't
less popular
surprise
one.
me.
It's interesting. Yeah, I love it, man. Because it's especially because I watched it like right before we got onto the show today, but it was it was very dangerous because I was driving, but I was gripped the entire time hooked onto the show. Lucky it was bumper to bumper traffic, but
Yeah.
like it was cool because it's like an origin story for Penguin, because we're getting like proper origin stories. Like this is great storytelling, and like it's like a real depth of character.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell is just phenomenal. Like I forgot that was Colin Farrell in there, and like I don't even know how he even fucking portrayed like Penguin, like the waddle and the accent. I was like, bro, like this, you can just get excited for the rest of the season.
It's insane because like the whole entire time during that episode, like I'm with you, Shane. Like the whole entire episode, I was like trying to. I don't know why I was doing this, but I did this little game where I'm trying to like. Okay, I want to. He's gonna slip up, and I'm gonna be like, okay, that's Colin Farrell right there.
Yeah.
But the whole entire time, I couldn't find any slip up. This dude is strictly. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was listening in for his like Irish accent, his Scottish accent, and stuff. But like, I was like, bro, it's like a hard like. It's crazy because he has such a strong accent, like in person, that like for it to completely disappear into this character. That's why it makes it so hard to imagine, like, oh, this is Colin Farrell in a fat suit. Mm-hmm. Like, and, like, prosthetics, like, these days are so good now. Like before, like, you know, back in the days, you could tell that's a prosthetic suit. Like, this, it basically looked like they just casted a person. Like, just as a person, like, a random person.
Yeah. It's crazy. But, you know, that's all, like, obviously for Colin Farrell acting, and then also the costume department, like the crew that did all that for him, like they're amazing.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I was watching like minor interviews, so like the actress who plays Sophia and like Colin, they're doing like a tour of like for interviews for the show, and she was saying since she started the show up till like basically at the end of it, like she had only ever seen Colin Farrell in the suit. Mm-hmm. So like she never like so every time she's interacted with him, like it's always Penguin, and so for her to see him outside the suit and him talking like was like a weird change, like hard for her to adjust to. And I was like, that's fucking cool.
That's
so yeah.
I mean, like Colin Farrell is actually taking his role seriously if he's in character the whole entire time. That's crazy.
Yep. So it was it's just such a good show. So I'm actually I'm so pumped for I'm really pumped for the next
real
episode
quick. Did you guys expect it to be this rated R though?
Yes.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't know what to expect. I mean, it was HBO, so I assumed it would be.
I figured it was gonna be, honestly.
It caught me off guard, but I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I mean, the original, like the Batman movie was a good indication, like having the whole serial killer and the wild shit that they did. So like, and especially this being a sort of like mafia gangster movie, like show, like it had to like, it has to be.
It has to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling, so I thought it was good. I gave me what I expected, but yeah. So that was the end of DC. I just kind of wanted to give like a quick opinion on what we thought of the show. And then we're going to give a quick opinion on what we think of another show, kicking off our Marvel debut here, which is Agatha All Along. So Agatha All Along's third episode out of 9 just came out yesterday. The three of us have all watched it. And I just kind of wanted to give, a quick opinion and have us all kind of give a quick opinion on this one too. Just kind of to just let people know what we think kind of going in so far. I will start by saying it is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Legitimately watched these trailers and thought that this was going to be a dumb show, or like, just like, not really, maybe not even a dumb show, but the best that I thought this was going to be. Yeah. I thought it was just going to be like, whatever. Like it was a show, like it was a filler show. I thought it was going to be like a filler show, but it's actually solid. And it's not what I thought it was going to be. Don't believe these stupid little freaking like, oh, it's so gay kind of thing. Like there's only like, I think we were talking about this before, Andrew, and you even said it, but like there was only like one tiny thing that was even slightly like homosexual about this thing. And it was literally just implying the relationship between Agatha and Aubrey Plaza's character. That was like it.
No. That wasn't it.
Oh, that wasn't it?
No, it was the kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like when he was driving and then he got the phone call from his boyfriend.
Yeah, from his boyfriend.
That was literally it. That was literally it.
That's just that's the only two pieces is Agatha and Aubrey Plaza's character definitely dated. and they were definitely in love, you know, and like all that kind of stuff. And then yeah, the teen is in a relationship. That's the only fucking thing. That's the only thing so far.
Yeah,
so far. Now I can't say if Aubrey Plaza isn't, you know, lying and doing one of Aubrey Plaza's things, and then the ending is a really big gay explosion, then we'll see at the end. But as of right now, it's actually kind of creepy. Like it's a good, it's actually solid. I'm really drawn into this, kind of trying to think about what the hell is going on.
It's you know, for such a minor character to have their own show, we thought it was gonna be some other throwaway like Echo.
Yeah,
Echo was horrible.
I didn't even watch
you know
Echo.
what I mean? It was unnecessary. I watched it. Completely stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not even pertaining to what the actual character Echo is.
That's why I didn't
But
watch it.
like this one, like it taps into good parts of the story of like, you know, having to do with like Wanda and like, you know, stuff that happened during WandaVision and stuff. And like those little things that taps into kind of keeps you attached to the Marvelness of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's, you know, it's a witch supernatural type story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like it like gives you a sense of like horror and like mystery, and that's what really like is fun. You know what I mean? So you gotta, it's watching this through. It's like the entire time we're gonna be waiting for the next episode to see like, okay, what are they gonna reveal next?
Oh, yeah.
And like we're gonna see the final episode where it's like, oh, the final reveal, and like I know that's what it is. So like it's building anticipation, which like I think makes this like such a good show.
I agree. Andrew, what about you? What do you think?
I didn't. Scarlet Witch is a mutant, right?
Yes.
Technically, in the comics, she's a mutant. In here, they never established her as mutant yet.
Technically, she is the daughter of Magneto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So like they're really doubling down, because I don't know if this was actually in the comics or not, but they're really doubling down on the whole witch part of her craft. Was she a witch like in the comics? I know she's considered a witch, but like, is it like part of the lore of like what we know as witches?
So I don't know in the comics. I never read her main stories or anything. She is known as Scarlet Witch because her powers are kind of supernatural and stuff. The way that she can shift realities of stuff too. But like it's more of like a moniker. But in here, it's established as the background, like origin.
So
yeah,
I
like
can't.
the
I don't
witch
know.
that we're familiar with, like the Salem witch trial type witches and stuff like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
But that's
Agatha,
basically
crazy.
what their
I
story is.
like that though. You know, I like that, but I just didn't know if that was like part of like the
no.
lore of
So
Wanda.
Agatha, it's part of Agatha's lore because Agatha was one of the original witches from the Salem times.
Yeah.
But I think what I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of moved along this way was in the MCU phases 1 through 3, it was shown that Wanda was an experiment that what was it, Russians? I think she was Russian.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a Russian experiment because when she was a kid, her and her brother, her parents died because of Stark technology, and her house got blown up during the war. So they learned to hate Tony Stark in America because of what they did to her country and to their parents. So they signed up for tests to be experimented on by the Russians to be turned into weapons. And her brother were basically the only ones to actually live and survive. And then that's where Quicksilver and Wanda kind of came to be. But I think in the comics, or I think in the movie, she gets her powers from the Infinity Stone. And then that was like, she's as strong as an Infinity Stone, but that's what she was experimented on, was this Infinity Stone power. So she was able to like do everything. That's why she was able to kill Vision and destroy the stone, because her power matches that of an Infinity Stone. But I wouldn't be surprised if like they decide to bring back Wanda's character. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it a reason as to why she was able to survive, and the reason as to why she was able to like actually infuse herself with like the Infinity Stone is because of her X gene. And so like then they kind of turn on the mutant aspect of things, and then that's where you kind of find out that she is a mutant. But in WandaVision, Agatha, I don't remember. And this was a while ago since I watched it. Obviously, it came out like a couple years ago. But like Agatha was hunting down or like wanted to kill Wanda because there was a prophecy that the Scarlet Witch was the strongest witch. But there was the prophecy, and it either stated that the Scarlet Witch was going to destroy the entire world or save the entire world. But either way, the Scarlet Witch was the strongest witch of every single one. And Agatha wanted to kill her and take the book so that she can become the strongest witch. And she was threatened by her. So, and then, but like, it was like, the prophecy was that Scarlet Witch was supposed to get the Darkhold. And she did. And then that was kind of like what happened. So, I think she like, and then there's like a whole comic thing of like playing with Mephisto and how Mephisto, you know, gives her those two kids. And there's a whole thing in the comics. Cause like technically.
Yeah. Oh, no, I just didn't know it was like that heavily witchy.
I don't think that. I don't think her lore. I'll have to look it up, but in the comics, I don't think her lore has to do with actual witches. I think that she's called the Scarlet Witch because of the super, Shane said that it's part of the supernatural shit that's just kind of in the show, and they're like, because I don't think Agatha's a real character in the comics. Is she?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Know.
Hold on.
I mean, like, is it really? Because to rebuild her origin story, her background, they would have needed to like add witches and stuff like that. But I mean, they're also wanting to do the whole supernatural like side of Marvel soon. So, like, it's the best way to do it.
Oh, Agatha is a real witch. She survived the Salem witch trials and the fall of Atlantis, and she was introduced in the Fantastic Four comics because she actually ended up being a nanny for Franklin Richards.
Oh, that's so random. For Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah.
Hey, Franklin Richards is Mr. Fantastic, right? Is that, am I tripping?
Yeah. No. Franklin Richards is Mr. Fantastic's son.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
What?
Reed Richards is what I was thinking of.
Yes, Reed.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the comics, Agatha actually trained Wanda Maximoff only in the art of magic.
Ah, okay. So there's some witchy stuff going on there. That's cool.
Yeah. So I guess she really is actually a comic in the characters. So I'm gonna now ask: is Wanda, is Scarlet Witch? I'll say Scarlet Witch. Actually a witch. Wanda Maximoff I know that. Is a Marvel character who is a powerful mutant sorceress. She has the ability to alter reality. But
that's what I know. But I guess there's like obviously else stories and all that stuff, but yeah.
Oh, apparently her origins really kind of are unclear. So no one really knows where she started, but she believes she was born a mutant to a Romani couple. Okay. I don't really know. Yeah, I mean, she could definitely be a witch for sure.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, I can see that happening, how they kind of spin that off in the show.
Yeah. But I do like the whole mystery of witches that's going around.
Oh, I love it.
Revolving around Wanda.
Yeah, I love the little like kind of like one-liners they have in the show. Like they said, like they mentioned the Salem witch trials, and then in the most recent episode, I won't say much, but I will say she was like, "You'll know what I'm talking about." But when they were about to like leave, and she was like, "I had a friend that this happened to," and I was like, "That's fucking funny." Yeah. That shit was funny, dude.
That was good, yeah.
So that was
a lot of stuff that happened, throughout the 3 episodes we saw. That was pretty interesting, and naturally, like, oh my god, this sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Like when it was like, oh, I don't know, I don't think this is really a spoiler, but like, I guess it's a group that was supposed to be hunting Agatha. Or something like that.
Yep.
But when they say you're gonna get chased down by the Salem 7, and I was like, that sounds so cool. Like whatever that is, that sounds so cool. Yeah, because we have Salem right here. I think they're talking about that.
Yeah, they are. It is. It's the whole thing. So I think that's dope.
Born in Salem, Massachusetts, baby.
I
know what I'm saying?
I love
got witch blood in me.
Yeah. So my opinion of the show is great. It's solid. I've only seen the first episode of WandaVision, and that put me to sleep. I didn't want to finish it. It was boring to me. But this one actually did not put me to sleep. If anything, it made me. I was like, oh my god, I was like, where's the next episode button for episode 4?
Yeah,
I wanted to see it, but it wasn't
a
there.
slow build. WandaVision was such a slow build.
But I will say I'm glad that I didn't see WandaVision because it adds more to, because this is already like a mystery show as it is, right?
Right.
And as a person who haven't seen the WandaVision show, I'm assuming I'm missing out on a lot of things, but
You're
at the same
not.
time it builds up on more mystery for me to solve. And
Right.
I know the way the show is going, it will answer for me. So
Yeah.
I don't really need to watch WandaVision. This is probably going to answer everything for
I'm
me.
The only
I'm
thing with
telling you-
WandaVision
You don't
is
even
like
need
the
to know.
throwback lines.
Yeah.
So they'll do throwback lines from the original from the show, and that's the only thing that you're missing over.
And you're not even missing much when that happens. Like, first of all, the only thing that you're actually missing is that like the characters, because they were involved in WandaVision. So like obviously Mrs. Hart, you know, she's in it, and like she was in the original. Some of the shows that like when she was in that town, that was the town that Wanda took over in WandaVision and
Yeah.
kind of abducted
So they
everybody.
had that beginning intro.
Yeah. Or like
Yeah.
the time where like you'd see like there was that abandoned plot and it was just a foundation. That was Wanda's house in WandaVision.
Mm.
And she built that house with her mind. And when she released
Right.
the town, that went back to being a foundation. So she spit on it because she was like, fuck you, kinda. But
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like little tiny things like that have to do with just kind of like, you know, Wanda, obviously there's like the Scarlet Witch, but everything that happened so far, like Aubrey Plaza's character and all the new characters that you see except for Mrs. Hart and all the storyline and everything, it's literally its own thing. You're not missing
Yeah.
much.
So that was one thing I was gonna say. Like, you know, like because I haven't seen the WandaVision show, and to anyone who's like, oh, should I watch WandaVision to get into this series here? As a person who hasn't seen that show, WandaVision, no, you don't have to. This is like a solid story on its own, and you would definitely like enjoy the mystery of uncovering everything that
Mhm.
might have happened in WandaVision, but according to you guys,
Didn't.
not that much.
It
But
didn't.
yeah, they kind of
It's not-
covered it. Like, you're not
it
missing
doesn't play
too much. They
major
covered it
to
like, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
also,
fact that yeah.
I was gonna say you won't like WandaVision as much.
No.
I thought WandaVision
I-
was
yeah.
very slow. It doesn't pick
That
up
was
until
Such
two
a
seasons.
bad launch.
It
to
was.
it. Yeah,
It
that was
was
the
bad.
launch of the MCU TV series,
There was some
and
cool
like they
stuff.
started with one.
Yeah, it was really cool. I loved the idea of it. So actually, in the first episode of Agatha, I won't really say much to spoil it, but you guys will know what I'm talking about. Basically, in Agatha, the beginning of it, they had you know, what actually happened to Agatha, and then how she had to realize, you know, to start the show. In WandaVision, they kind of had something very similar where Wanda had an episode, and every episode was a different generation. Where like the first
Yeah.
generation was black and white, the second generation was the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. But
Yeah.
it just stretched out way too much because you made one episode for each one of those. Whereas in Agatha, it was all one episode. Like you saw a little bit of
Oh,
it, that was
yeah.
cool. Like
That was-
yeah, and then it happened in the
Yeah,
end of the
so
episode, and then boom,
I was
you
gonna-
got right into it.
So that's what I wanted to say. Like that little 5-minute scene right there, that what you're talking about. That to me, like I took that, I'm like, oh, that pretty much covered Wanda. Even though I'd never seen the show, but I'm
Yeah.
like, that pretty much covered like the idea. Of
Yeah.
Wanda.
That was
and
it.
I like that. Yeah.
I thought
Bro,
it was
they gave us an actual 30-minute sitcom.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they wasted our time because like they gave us this little sitcom with little bits of reveals of what the main story is, and then it was like, now we gotta wait another week for the next episode of WandaVision,
right.
and then they gave us the next generation sitcom. I was like, bro, like how long are they gonna drag this? It was like 4 episodes,
Yeah.
and that's half of it.
It was
You know what I mean?
it was a shorter series than I think Agatha has 9 episodes. I think WandaVision had 8 or something,
Yeah.
I want to say. And literally nothing happens until like episode 6. And then you had like 2 episodes where she finally like snaps out of it and then was basically like, "Oh, like this is happening." And then like a
Yeah.
huge
And they
fight
gave us our
scene,
45
yeah.
minutes back.
And then that was it. But it was so like boring. Like you honestly do
Yeah.
not need to watch this. Don't watch it. It's a waste of your time. Watch Agatha.
None.
It's fine. You're good.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and it'll explain. I'm sure it'll explain a few things. I think what you probably will need to watch a little bit more than WandaVision is Doctor Strange. I think that
Right, yeah,
that would
that
make more
ending
sense.
of that movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to know what happens and like to kind of have an idea of why the end of the first episode of Agatha kind of happens and like what happened to her. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
The only thing that you really need to know about WandaVision is that Agatha was the main villain. They fight and she loses, and then she lost her powers, and she gets trapped into a world where Wanda basically like traps her into like her own little like
reality
fantasy world and shit. And then yeah, that's basically it. So I mean that's all you need to know. So I'm curious as to how they're moving in the direction with Agatha, but I actually like it. I am going to give Agatha probably, as of right now, I'm going to give it like a 7.5. 7.5, I think right now. I think it has the potential to be better. If it keeps on moving in the direction that it's moving right now, I think it could definitely be better. I think there's just a couple things that kind of like annoy me about the show, but it's like little tiny things, not to like really go through too crazy. That's why I'm giving it
the whole opening.
Yeah. And I just kind of
like
find
that
it.
scene.
I do find it a little weird, like that sometimes the actors and the characters are a little off, in my opinion. Like I just kind of don't like the bickering. But I do think that it is really cool, and I will give it like a 7 to a 7.5. I'm still really enjoying it. As of right now, I've only, there's only one episode of Penguin out, but I'm enjoying that a lot more than Agatha. But that's really more my speed is the Penguin kind of thing. But Agatha is very enjoyable, and I'm liking how it's going. So I agree with you, Andrew, too, where you're like, it really does make you think, and you're just constantly trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So I think it's good.
For anyone who's watching our stream, like before we got on stream, these two guys were trying to uncover some mysteries about the show. That's how good and fun the mystery is.
Yeah, the mystery is really good to try and like the theories and the things that you can kind of come up with.
Because they keep giving us random hints and like being like comic nerds, like knowing histories of like Marvel characters and stuff like that. We're trying to put two and two together. It was like, okay, is this how it connects? And that's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
Which is why like Agatha to me is more of my like type of show as opposed to Penguin, which is also a great show. But like I'm enjoying Agatha a lot more. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, like I will agree with Adam. Like I would definitely give it like around a 7.5. It definitely seemed like it's gonna have potential to be higher. Because we could tell from a couple of the episodes that it can go dark. It can go dark.
Yeah, it can get very dark.
And it's going to go dark.
Disney
We can tell
show,
that it's going to go dark. Yeah,
I think it's going to go dark.
I am excited for that.
Introduction still, you know what I mean?
I think
so it still has a lot of room to grow.
It has room to go dark, but also at the end of the day, you have to remember that this is a PG-13 show on Disney. So I don't think it can go so dark to the point where we're looking at insane. But I think it can definitely stay, if not get a little bit more dark, and I like that. I think that it's really, really good. I think that you know what I will say this too. The creepiness of the show so far is the vibe that I wanted in Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. Like that's what I was looking for when it was creepy. It was supposed to be creepy, and I wanted that. They did not give us to it. Like the creepiest part was Wanda. Wanda did a great job, but that is what I wanted in Doctor Strange. So this is actually giving us good vibes. I'm actually enjoying this a lot more than I said. So yeah.
See, I'm hoping when this is like received well, like they can try to like do more of this type of like Marvel stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a part of me when I finished the third episode. I was it was only for like 30 seconds where I had to stop. So it was very brief. I was like, can this keep up with Loki season 2? Like it was very brief. I was like, no. Yeah. The first episode of Loki season 2, I was hooked. Where I'm like, all right, no, this is gonna be good.
And you didn't even see season 1.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Loki season 2 made me like regret that I started watching it when it came out. Like it made me regret where I had to wait every week. I wish that I just waited for it all to come out so I could just binge the shit out of it, because I hated waiting every damn week to just watch the show. It's so good.
It's kind of like, because I also do the whole hate like it, but then thing is like my newsfeed is so consistent with like comic book stuff that like I will get spoiled, and like these shows have like big spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They reveal a bunch of shit.
Really
so I was like, fuck, okay, I have to keep up like weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get that.
So
that's why I stay off social media. So.
Yeah, I gotta start doing that because social media honestly is just stupid. But Agatha, for all of you guys who were wondering, really good. Recommend. Definitely give it a watch.
Give it a
if
watch.
You haven't started already. It's actually solid. So hopefully it keeps up the pace there. Next quick piece of news: Deadpool and Wolverine is actually going to come out on digital October 1st, and then it'll come out on Blu-ray. I believe it was October 22nd. So this month, Deadpool and Wolverine will be fully available for people to watch either digitally or not digitally. On Blu-ray.
That's so soon. Didn't it just came out in theaters?
No, it came out a while ago. Honestly, if you really think about it, it came out a couple months ago. It came out in July.
It was around July.
That was like it's only a couple months and it's already on stream.
It's been out.
That's more of like popularity rather than doing bad and coming out fast. Like out of popularity, people want it like on like to watch online.
Yeah, but I mean, if you really think about it, first of all, Deadpool and Wolverine, I think early this week actually officially surpassed Endgame as far as ratings and like makings of like the movie. Like it made so much money already in 2 months in the theater. They're gonna be like, yo, let's make more money. Let's just release it digitally now so that people can start like watching it. Like, they're on a roll. They're the highest rated movie right now and the most watched. Like they made billions of dollars off this movie. It's so easy. So and I want to rewatch it again already. But yeah, so Deadpool and Wolverine come out October 1st actually, so you can go watch that on Disney Plus, I imagine. So I'm gonna put this out. So this is the first official poster for the Thunderbolts right here. But we're gonna actually go to our trailer review, and we're gonna watch the last trailer, which is the first official trailer for Thunderbolts. This is a teaser trailer. I don't know how this is a teaser trailer because it's 3 fucking minutes long, but we're gonna go ahead and give this a watch. I don't know if this stops. No, there's definitely. Yep. So this is actually a 3-minute long teaser. I don't know how that's a teaser at this point, but this is the Thunderbolts. So let's go ahead and give this a watch.
I click leave on porch.
Oh.
I click leave on porch. Your subordinates will be reported to DoorDash HQ.
So hot.
Alexi, it's me. Open up.
Milena? Elena!
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about the wait. It was an important call. Highly classified. Lot of work. Many irons in fire.
You feel fulfilled?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so full. So filled. But why do you ask this? What brings you here?
There is something wrong with me. An emptiness. I'm just drifting. And I don't have purpose. I thought throwing myself into work was the answer.
He's a kid.
When your feet are on the air, your head on the ground.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
I'm Bob.
Who sent you, Bob?
Nobody. You were all sent?
Everyone here has done bad things. Shadow Ops. robbing government labs, contract kills.
Yeah, so?
So, someone wants us gone. What the hell?
We're brought up with this belief that there are good guys and there are bad guys.
What's the plan?
This could get messy.
But eventually, you come to realize that there are bad guys and there are worse guys and nothing else. Look at you. So adorable.
Don't worry, she's bulletproof. What happened to bulletproof? It's bulletproof-ish.
Is that Bucky?
That's not good.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know how this. What is this supposed to be? Like, it looks
I
good.
have no interest in watching this.
I honestly,
You what?
I actually do have an interest in watching this. After watching the trailer, I
I
actually
don't.
think that this could be pretty decent.
Yeah,
But it's
no,
like
this
it's just
definitely
like
looks pretty
it's just like a weird
good.
Suicide Squad.
Look, listen.
No, 'cause that's-
Listen. This is the same. It feels like the same vibe as Black Widow, and I watched that and I regret watching it. All right, so it's like this is like the same vibe.
Well, I mean, Black Widow had more to do with just like Russian assassins. This got like the full effects of
Yeah, but
like
it had the whole
Avengers
family in
Assemble,
there.
but, like that.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because it's like this one. This one actually looks like it's gonna be good.
I think
you know what
this
I mean?
will actually be pretty decent. I don't know what their storyline is so far. Like, it just kind of makes it seem like they're being hunted to get killed. Like, they're not actually a team just yet.
Yeah, because I mean that lady at the end, she's the one that was supposed to be gathering
Yeah,
them.
she was recruiting them
But
all.
from the way that they're portraying this is like, oh, there's people that's trying to kill them, but then like she's supposed to put putting them together.
So this is like
Unless, I don't know.
like a
I think that we
Suicide
just
Squad?
watched it out of
Yeah.
order in that sense.
I think it's supposed to. So the Thunderbolts are basically kind of like a Suicide Squad thing. Like
Yeah.
they're like a thing. They were involved in like the Civil War in the comics and stuff. And so I think, I don't know. So let me see. They're a superhero team. The team consists of reformed supervillains. And yeah, so it's literally just Suicide Squad. But eventually, like, you know, they're still villains. And in some of the comics, they kind of like do some weird, shady shit. But I don't know. So I kind of think that it can be decent. But I can also agree with Andrew on this, where it could be bad. Like, it could be a bad movie, but it also has the potential to be a good movie.
Because they also just gave us the dude who's going to be playing Sentry or something like that. What was that? Was that his hero name?
Yeah,
Or his
Sentry.
like villain name?
No,
Sentry?
Yeah.
Sentry's a hero.
No, Sentry
Yeah.
is he's like a hero slash villain, but like
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the dude that was bulletproof.
Yeah, that's
What?
Sentry. That's
Was it?
Sentry. Yeah.
That's what all the rumors are going on right now. Like that was our
No, I'm
introduction to
pretty
Sentry.
sure. I'm pretty sure he was confirmed as being Sentry.
Wait,
Yeah.
And I forgot to announce that.
Sentry's in this?
Yeah, that was supposed to be Steven Yeun.
No, Steven
Yeah,
Yeun.
but he stepped out of it. Remember?
Yeah, he stepped out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So especially with a super in there, like it's gonna be like an interesting show.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, Lewis.
So
Pullman.
if he's in this dang movie, that means I have to watch it because I like Sentry.
Lewis Pullman is officially Sentry. They have Black. They have. Apparently, Florence Pugh becomes the new Black Widow. So she is another.
Oh, yeah.
She is just Black Widow. You have Black Widow. You have Sentry. You have Bucky. You have the new Captain America. You have shit. What is her name? Fucking what's the one that can copycat everything?
Something master. No.
What are you guys talking about?
The character in
one from the-
Spider-Man that can actually copycat a move after it being done.
No, the one from Black Widow movie.
Yeah, that's
Was
what
it?
it is.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. Like,
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster
Master.
is a villain that can copy anything it sees after seeing it once.
Yeah.
And then
It got a good lineup of like villains to anti-heroes type shit.
yeah, and then it has
Especially
ghosts.
because you can see as well that Bucky is still like playing the hero. He just get caught up in their stuff.
Yeah, and I think he becomes the thing, the leader for them.
Yeah. What was that surprise face line? I can't hear you.
I just realized that the guy that was like, my name's Bob, that's Sentry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just
What do you
realized
mean?
that. Like it didn't two and two didn't come to me, so I don't know. Like it didn't
He
happen.
didn't register, like he was like bulletproof, right? But then they grabbed him with this emblem, that little
Yeah,
like
that was a Sentry
circulating.
emblem. Mhm.
That was his emblem.
Jesus. I don't know. I guess
Dude,
like I was
watched
so,
this
like
trailer.
I was not paying attention to the damn trailer. Yeah, so it's like, well, I didn't know he was in this trailer. If I knew that, I would have looked out for him. But I was just like,
Well, that was
blankly
the
staring at
reveal of
him.
the
Yeah,
trailer.
that's him.
The trailer's supposed to
Oh,
surprise you with
shit.
Sentry.
That is him.
Oh my
He is
God.
in there. Which like then begs the question, why does this movie exist? Because why are they running away if they have someone like Sentry?
Well, I mean, Sentry was kind of. He looks like he's new to his own powers.
No, I know, but he's so
Like-
OP. Like he's just insanely OP. You don't need a team.
It seems
I mean,
more like he
in
doesn't
this-
know how OP he is yet.
I guess.
Remember, like the lore of Sentry is that like he's been around for like the longest time. Then he got his memory wiped by Reed Richard. Yeah, so he's starting to get his memory back, and I guess that's the reason why Fantastic Four is coming into play too, like in this phase, because he kind of got his memory back from talking to Reed Richard and other characters. But yeah, so I guess if this is like the introduction to him, I mean, like I feel like this movie is only out just to put him in there because he
Probably.
there is an issue where he is like an issue to everyone in Marvel. So
Yeah.
maybe he's like a new villain because he tried to be a hero, but he ended up being a villain ultimately. So yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
we will find that out.
Me too.
So I don't know, but that is it, guys.
Oh, I'm actually fucking excited now. Just I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, be excited as I was.
There you go.
Yes. Okay, cool.
So, yeah, that's it, guys. We are here. That is all the news. A lot of trailers, like I said, lots of things to review. Next week, if there is, an episode, I don't know when this baby's coming out, but we'll, talk more news. We'll have maybe some more trailers. Who knows? And we'll have some updates and all that fun, lovey stuff. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for coming down, and hopes to see you on the next stream. And have a great night. Have a great weekend. Have a great week, guys. And